The mainstream media is telling people that there's a growing outrage over the cancellation of The Acolyte after only one season. There's a problem though, folks. It's total nonsense, malarkey, made up, and the mainstream media likely knows that. Today we're going to show you that. We'll put it into full perspective and let you know just what a bag of utter nonsense this is, in a way that is undeniable. Get ready, folks, for a video you just have to see. And good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Pro Channel. We hope it's a good morning wherever you are. Perhaps it's the night, perhaps it's the eve, but whatever hour of the day it might be, we hope you're having a grand one. We're having a great time right here because we've got Lauren Connor of That Park Place joining us. Lauren, how are you today?
So far, so good.
And Lauren, I am always thinking about when we do these conversations, what is the value add that we're going to bring to the table? Like, why should someone care enough to click? And then once they're here, what is it that we intend to do that's going to edify them? It's going to make them say, you know, I'm glad I watched that Pro Channel. And today, Lauren, the lesson that we're going to learn is that the mainstream pop culture access media, they just despise the people who read their content. There's no other way to look at this, I don't think, because today we're going to blow the lid off the fact, I think, that the mainstream media is taking the pain of a very few Acolyte fans out there and using it as a shield to defend themselves because they were such shills of this show. It was terrible. And now they're going to sail away on the tears, a river of tears of the very few Acolyte defenders. Lauren, let's get straight into this. And before we do, Lauren, you had an interesting number that I think we should share. And that is, Lauren, you have calculated how many fans it would take and how much money they would have to give in order to actually just flat out pay for a second season. Disney, you don't have to pay a thing. Lauren, what's the number of people and how much do they have to pay to get a second season of The Acolyte made?
So, the population of the United States as of 2022 was roughly 333 million people. If you took 5% of those people, that's 16,650,000, and they each paid $11, that would come to $183,150,000, which is roughly what they're saying that the first season of The Acolyte costs. So if you only had that many people pony up the dough, you could cover the cost for production of a second season.
Even better, Lauren, I'm sure there are many global fans, so we don't even need 5% of the U.S. It could be as small as 1% of the U.S. if only those crazy, rascally Europeans would toss in some dough. And then, folks, you can put your money where your mouth is. If you love The Acolyte so much, it's yours. Just fund it, and I'm sure Disney will not hesitate to throw their backing behind your bank accounts. Fair enough, Lauren?
Yeah, and actually, did you want to show the other one, or do you want to wait for that later?
Oh, let's hold on that one, because that one's going to be real fun. Folks,
Okay.
By the end of this video, you are going to see just how much the mainstream despises you and how pathetic this petition is to save The Acolyte. We don't mean to harm or to insult anyone who's participating in it. And if you genuinely enjoyed The Acolyte, I don't know how that's possible, but if you did, and if you wanted a second season out of it, we're not here to dance at your funeral. We're not here to rain on your parade or your petition in this case. We're simply here to say that the media is using you, abusing you, and we'll show you in just a moment. Let's get started right now, Lauren, with this article out of Collider. I want to show the folks what's being done out there. This is Ryan O'Rourke is the author. Petition to renew The Acolyte passes major milestone as fan support grows for canceled Star Wars series. Well, what are they talking about? The hashtag Renew the Acolyte campaign continues to gain momentum by the day. Look out, Lauren. This is a big deal. We'll see about that. Less than a week since Disney made the controversial decision, to cancel Leslie Headland's High Republic set series. Have I mentioned before she's the former personal assistant to Harvey Weinstein? I'm not sure I have. The original Change.org petition has already passed 50,000 signees, whatever you want to say, as word continues to spread about the efforts to save the show. It's an emphatic show of support from fans, especially when considering only just over 700 people had signed it within the first 24 hours. Lauren, what's the average number of people that are signing this petition by the day, if it's at 52,000-ish right now?
You're going to ask me that, and I already cleared it, I think.
I still remember, Lauren, it's about 7,400 people per day So
Yep.
over the week, they've got 7,400 people a day to sign this petition. Okay, we'll put that in perspective.
7,428.
There you go, folks. Out of comicbookmovie.com, the Acolyte fan petition to renew series gains momentum as rival effort to keep it canceled. Lauren, it's the meanies are fizzling out. Oh my gosh, Disney may change their mind any moment. Josh Wilding.
I would point out we don't actually have to have a continued cancellation movement. We already won. We don't have to put in that effort.
Well, you won, Lauren. You didn't watch it. I lost. I had to sit through the sucker. It was a few days ago. The news broke that Disney Plus's latest Star Wars TV series, The Acolyte, has been canceled after just one season. Some celebrated the news, and others were quick to express disappointment over what they felt was a knee-jerk reaction to negativity created by review bombing, for example. It had nothing to do, of course, with nobody watching the show. That had nothing to do with it. As we first reported on sffgazette.com, a change.org petition asking for Disney and Lucasfilm to renew The Acolyte has reached over 3,700 signatures and is next aiming for 50,000. Of course, this was the big, I guess, a couple days before. Okay, so there's some effort for it. And it's fizzling out, folks. Not the petition itself, the effort to stop The Acolyte from a season 2, which is already canceled, fizzling out. Next article, Metro. This is by Sabrina Barr. Petition to save impeccable Axed TV series nears 50,000 signatures in just 1 week. Lauren, of all the adjectives you've heard to describe The Acolyte, impeccable, was that on the list?
I don't think I had heard it described that way, at least not yet.
Oh my gosh. I think, what did we rate the last episode, the finale? It was like a 0.4. Was that what we rated that?
I rated it by the level of anger that I saw on the faces of the panel. The fact that both you and Culture were pretty worked up told me enough.
Listen, Ahsoka and The Acolyte, I mean, they're just terrible. A petition to save an axed TV show held by fans as impeccable. Who? And fresh. Oh, pulling the Rotten Tomatoes critics. This is, by the way, folks, this is the giveaway. This is why they're doing what they're doing. This is why they are using the tears of the poor Acolyte fans to defend themselves, because this show was fresh in the eyes of critics. The critics put themselves out there. The viewership is not there. So now they're creating this false narrative to claim that Disney apparently just hates their own content and their own success. And so they're canceling the show in spite of the fact that it was awesome. It was tremendous. What are you doing, Disney? Just over a month ago, Star Wars series The Acolyte ended on Disney Plus, leaving plenty of fans amazed by the fates of the lead characters played by Amandla, Manny Jacinto, and Lee Jung-jae. And credit to Lee Jung-jae, he did a good job. The 8-episode arc was set in the High Republic era of the Star Wars, around 100 years before Anakin. While some viewers love The Acolyte for its unique story, compelling new characters, and epic lightsaber battles, others weren't as captivated. The show was also targeted by review bombing. Oh, those trolls again. Russian trolls. We saw trolls leave low reviews online with aim of purposely bringing down its rating without even watching it. Lauren, you'll notice there's never evidence of this. There's never, ever any evidence of it at all. They don't need to provide it. They just state it into existence. They manifest this anti-truth as if it's real. So, Lauren, do you think that review bombing played a significant part in the viewership of The Acolyte being nothing, essentially? I mean, it barely charted ever. Was it review bombing?
I would argue instead that they actually probably had a bit of a boost in the first couple of episodes, because some people wanted to see what exactly is that. And once they got to the second or third episode, people dropped because they could see what it was. They could see that it was not quality, and they didn't have an interest in returning. That's the fault of the show. If somebody wants to watch something, it doesn't matter how much you tell them it's not good. They'll watch it. But if they don't feel it themselves, they're not going to stick around. What are the odds that somebody would be told, don't watch this show? They go and they start to watch it and they like it, but because somebody told them not to, they decide to stop? Does that seem logical?
Doesn't to me, but logic seems to be out the door with all of this stuff, Lauren. I also think it's fascinating that these people could pony up. As we said at the beginning of the video, they can just pony up, right? You get enough people, you throw enough cash. Disney doesn't have to take any kind of risk then. If you all love this so much, simply do that. Take a look at this, Lauren. We promised we'd put this in perspective. We promised that we would prove that this is a total load of nonsense. Here it is. Here's the big reveal. This is the change.org petition that they have. 52,826 current signatures on Renew the Acolyte at the time of recording. Folks, we recorded this last night. 75,000 is the goal they have. We'll see if they get there. Doesn't really matter. Why does it not matter? Well, Lauren, let me show you what this actually looks like in the real world. When we step outside of the propaganda, when we step outside of the nonsense, this is the list of current popular change.org petitions. Take a look at the top, Lauren. With 104,000 votes and coming out on the same day as the Acolyte. Protect Jonathan Dickinson State Park. Stop the golf courses. Folks, double the effort than the Acolyte. This petition is to oppose the Greenside Oasis golf complex that is set to be installed into Jonathan Dickinson State Park. Lauren, had you ever heard of Jonathan Dickinson State Park?
Not until about 15 minutes ago.
Listen, I don't know which state Dickinson State Park is in. Who knows if it's right or wrong? I don't know. All I know is that double the people are paying attention to this as to the Acolyte. Okay, let's keep going. There's the Acolyte, by the way. Let's see, close to the Acolyte, in the sale of rabbits at Petco stores. That's a big deal. I can't tell you the number of articles that have been flooding all of my feeds about saving rabbits. Let's see, we've got one there that's a little too spicy for this channel. Let's go down and see if we can find, oh, look at this. Invite a particular commander to testify. That's interesting, 300,000. Now, I have not heard anything about this in my news feeds, right? Nothing in my news feeds but 300,000. Hold this person accountable from TCU, women's basketball, baseball, something, who knows. 180,000, and I'm not taking any position on that. I'm just saying 180,000 is more than 50,000 for the Acolyte. 62,000. Demand Governor Lamont and Pura cease public benefit charge for electricity. 62,000. That is beating the Acolyte. I can't tell you how many times I've heard about that. There was one down here that was really funny. Where is that at? Let's see. Oh, here it is, folks. Neck and neck with the Acolyte. 45,000 votes on this. Allow cell phones in Louisiana schools during free time. This, of course, was created by a valiant renegade. He's a big defender of cell phone usage during free time in Louisiana schools. 45,000. Lauren, petitioning to get cell phone usage in schools in a single state. That is on par with the beautiful Acolyte Defense Fund that's going on here. 52,000, again, being doubled by Protect Jonathan Dickinson State Park. Lauren, I think it's evident now. This is not a huge movement. It is small. They would like for it to be a big movement. They have given it every bit of sunlight they can. This is a plant that has no way to grow because no one wants this thing. But I think that they are trying to manufacture a controversy to give themselves an out, to make it look like this was a big, contentious conflict. And Disney really made a strange and divisive decision, and there could be backlash and blah, blah. That's it. None of that's real. None of it's real when you just look and go, oh, a state park, Dickinson National State Park is, garnering double the Acolyte petition. It allows you to see through the veil and know what the media is up to. Lauren, does that make sense to you, or do you see any holes in this argument?
No, I think another one. I don't have the statistic in front of me, but I think we were talking the other day and saying that the Acolyte cost something like, I think it was $168,000 per minute of the show.
Yes,
something like that.
Correct. Yeah.
And so it's like, this is easily a dollars and cents thing. The other thing that I would say is that statistic that I gave earlier was, again, U.S. population in 2022, 333 million people. If 5% of those people wanted to get the Acolyte Season 2 going, that's 16,650,000 people. If you have that many people who want to do it, at $11, you've raised $183,150,000. That's all it would take to get this going. At the number of people that have signed that petition, that number works out to $3,467.04 per person. Now, if you want to go back to that other statistic, are we ready to show it now?
Absolutely. Do you have it on the
All
ready?
right. Yeah, I'm ready. So I was looking up to see what was the popularity breakdown of Star Wars in 2019.
Lauren, you'll have to switch to that window on your screen.
Here it is. You can see here that
Take a look, folks. Wow.
32% of males describe themselves as an avid fan. 38% of males describe themselves as a casual fan. Only 30% describe themselves as not a fan among males. Among females, 18% were avid fans. 33% were casual fans. And then 49% were not fans. When you're looking at those kinds of numbers, it should be easy to get that 5% that would only need to donate $11 to make this happen. This is on you guys. If you wanted it to happen, if you wanted this to happen, your side had to watch the show. They didn't. That's why the show died.
Lauren, here, let me see if I can do one better. Although what you've just done is you have capped this as well as about anything anybody could ever do. Lauren, what would happen if that percentage that you're looking at there back in 2019, if that percentage started watching the show today, what do you think would happen?
Oh, they'd get a season 2 easily. Although I'm betting that by this point in time, those numbers have probably dropped precipitously.
Yeah, well, probably so. But if they could just pull these numbers and get those people, just watch the show right now, folks. You will have a Family Guy effect, right? You will see this show brought back. You don't have to sign a little petition. You just have to watch it if you love it. The truth is, Lauren, they don't love it either. And they can't find other people to watch it for them enough to get this thing going. They had one task: watch the show in numbers that would support a season 2. They didn't. They're not gonna, and they're not gonna pony up. And the media is now manufacturing some sort of entertainment crisis, the likes of which we've never seen. Only it's half of the interest of Dickinson State Park and about the same as trying to get cell phones during free time in Louisiana state schools. Good job, media. Good job. Well, I think we've blown the cover off this one, Lauren, and I'm sure they'll love us all the more for it. But folks, because you watched this video, we hope now you know the truth of the matter. The actual number of people who think something's the matter at Disney when it comes to canceling the Acolyte, minuscule at best. This crisis is a mountain. No, it is a molehill. Lauren, someone who is reigning supreme on a true mountain is you, as you continue to produce great content on your channel, but also you have been participating in Genre Guys and doing just a fantastic job of helping us maintain a wonderful ecosystem of content for our member exclusive side of things here on the channel. Could you tell the folks what you're up to next here on this great big beautiful web?
Continuing to read Darth Plagueis on my YouTube channel. We're getting kind of close to the end of the novel. This one has been kind of a barn burner. We've been going through it pretty fast.
He's not been lurking in anyone's bedrooms in this one, right? This is a little different than the Acolyte.
Not so far. Also recently recorded a new episode of the Genre Guys. We had Marvin as a guest host, and I'm looking forward to that coming out. So, you know, I've got a few irons in the fire. It's been fun.
Now, the most recent Genre Guys that you recorded is coming out either today or tomorrow. That one you guys did a bit of an icon, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah, I'd say so. In fact, there's going to be a new documentary coming out about him, and so that's going to be a lot of fun, too.
Incredible. Folks, if you would like access to the Genre Guys, where we have true experts and geniuses from the Hollywood intelligentsia, as well as those who just love film and are avid viewers of it, become a member today. Click that join button, and you can watch LW Ghost, H Tables, and Lauren Connor, as well as special guests as they review content that is great. Because remember, we're not here to just hate on everything. We remember when content was wonderful, and we still have some of that today, by the way. We've given great scores to Godzilla -1, Top Gun Maverick, and yes, Deadpool and Wolverine, as well as X-Men 97. We also reviewed Inside Out 2 quite well. So folks, when they do well, we reward them with those kind of scores. Haters, we are not. But the Acolyte, we also know, is, how do they say it in French? I believe it's le garbage. Lauren, I want to thank you for being here today. And folks, we want to thank you for having stopped by. On your way out the door, consider clicking the like button, share, subscribe. Click it, stick it to the algorithms. It is the notification bell. Drop a comment down below. Let us know, will you be ponying up the $5 it will take from a not insignificant number, but not insurmountable degree of fans out there who could save the Acolyte and bring back Season 2. Will you join them in their crusade? Let us know down in the comments below. All right, folks, we will see you real soon. Special edition of the Pro Show comes out Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern, as more news is expected to break in the next 48 hours. Until the next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep having.
Are you sick and tired of stuff being swept under the rug because you or the media are too lazy to actually deal with it? Or are things just building up around you so much that you can no longer ignore it? Also like the mainstream media? Well, I got the solution for you. I'm Wilton the Troll, and I want to tell you about this revolutionary new product called Jonas. That's right, no longer do you have to put up with stuff shoved under the rug. You can actually get rid of it and dispose of the problem in seconds by using Jonas. You can, in a matter of seconds, deal with the political and illogical buildup of the muck and grime around you effectively and efficiently with Jonas. You might think this is an ordinary vacuum, but you'd be wrong. You can clean up and remove from one end, but Jonas, he actually works from both ends. From the back end, Jonas can blow a whole bunch of hot air, and that's cool. Remember, folks, if you actually want to deal with the dirt and grime the mainstream media has been neglectful about, get Jonas, 'cause Jonas sucks.